what do we have here? Social media content generator. Just a clean and simple way to do ideation for different social media platforms. So I've done TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Those are the only platforms I think matter right now when it comes to content, and most things can be repurposed. It's just that the model is going to understand how TikTok works, how Facebook works, how LinkedIn works, the different platforms and their demographics or their typical demographics and the format, because all social media platforms are not equal. How you create content for TikTok is completely different to how you create content for Twitter, which is very, very short form, just a single tweet, even though that's changed quite a bit. And LinkedIn, of course, how you create content for LinkedIn is completely different to TikTok. More similar to Facebook, I guess, but still quite different. So the AI understands these small nuances in these different platforms. But I've been using this to help me come up with TikTok content. As you know, TikTok is a consistency beast, so you need to be creating enough TikTok content to tell the algorithm that you're here to stay. And so you just give it a pain point and it's going to come up with the talking point. So I find the best way to do this is you can either have another function to actually come up with a list of pain points, but there's no need to do that when you have ChatGPT, and I'm going to just get it to do that for me now. So come up with a list of topics or pain points that a parent still on the fence about homeschooling might have. Hopefully it doesn't number them. Yeah, okay, let me stop it. Just write the list, no extra subheadings. Will my child miss out on social interactions? How will they develop? Yeah, so perfect. So ChatGPT is fine at doing all of these things to make the first list, and then you put it in the sheet and then go deeper into it. So social media generator, so I'm just going to paste this here, and very simply equals TikTok, the field, and then obviously we just click and drag to generate all of those. And then so I've just created this Patreon page, which is for privately building in public. I've said for a while I'm going to build in public. I want to show what I'm doing. There are so many things that I'm doing when I'm making digital products, when I'm building things, building tools and adding them to my site. There are so many fun things that I do that I can't share because I've been in the habit of not sharing niche sites, because we all know what happens, or what used to happen when you'd share your niche site and you're focused just on SEO, people stealing keywords and stealing content. I know a bunch of people who've built in public and just had their sites just torn apart. But for this site that I've been quite publicly speaking about it, I've been open about the niche, it's homeschooling. For this site, because I'm focusing so much on other platforms and I am actually involved in it, like it's me, it's my family, it's what we're doing every day, and I've been using social media, I don't mind sharing this, but there are still so many things that I'd rather keep behind a gated community. So I decided to make a Patreon so I can overshare peacefully. So I've called it Privately Building in Public. I'm building in public, but it's still behind a wall. So if you want to check that out, just head over to patreon.com/Arielle Phoenix, and I'm going to just be adding everything there. So anything you don't see on YouTube, anything you see me talking about on Twitter but not going into depth on, you're going to find that all here. And and the TikTok prompt is over here, so just make sure that's hidden. I'm just adding the prompts, coming up with prompts. But the TikTok prompt is create a list of bullet points for talking points aimed at homeschool mothers addressing this pain point and how to navigate it. The content will be for TikTok. So keep it appropriate. Okay, that's supposed to be appropriate. Can't spell. For the platform and demographic, we head back over here, and now it has. You can tell it to just return the list and not all of that absolutely stuff, but now it has the basic talking points for when you're using TikTok. So what you would do is, obviously this is not to replace making videos. You have to make these videos, but rather than having this I mean, you could still use what's it called, teleprompter. You could still use one of those teleprompter apps, but these talking points are easy for you to read, say. Sorry, I'm shaking the table. You could read the talking point, you look at it, read it, say it, and then look away, you know, look at it again, read the other one, but talk at the camera. And then because they're so short, you can just edit it. So look at it, talk at the camera, look at it, talk at the camera. And yeah, it's really to make bite-sized content that works for TikTok. These could all be posts within themselves, so it's up to you whether you want to take them and make take the talking point and then just talk from your own knowledge, and then just use the caption. These are still live AI, so what we do is we just copy and paste special values only, and then you can go in and edit it. But yeah, so because it's got these like hashtags and stuff, this could be a post within itself. It's got the hashtags. Yeah, but I like to use them as individual talking points and then chop them up, or make a long form video where I use the talking point, ramble on about each point, and then I've got the long form video and I can cut that into a TikTok short or a YouTube short. So it's again those basic things about each platform, but now you've got it all doing in the bulk sheet, you know, just to make things easier. The same with Facebook. So I'm going to take those same pain points. I'm going to take all of those pain points. I'm going to do Facebook because that's the next one I've written. So I've done this one. So new to homeschool. So this isn't creating individual Facebook posts, which you can do. Again, it's based on the prompt, but I've done this one for coming up with captions to share in your Facebook group. So for engagement, these work better in groups than pages, in my opinion. Because the page is really to get people to come into your brand, to follow you, and then to share your content that leads back to your site. But the groups are for engagement, for, you know, building that community. And when you have posts that are like getting people to have these discussions, it's a lot easier to build your community with those. So each of these will be individual posts. So have any creative ways to keep kids motivated throughout the school year, share your magic tricks, how does homeschooling impact family dynamics in your household for better or worse, let's discuss. So each of these are individual posts that you would make into, you could post them as they are, or you could turn them into these little like Instagram kind of meme caption, you know, like a square image, and then post those to your Facebook group. But as I said, you can go into settings and you can tell it to make a Facebook post doing the same thing. So I've done the same for Twitter. Again, you can just modify the tweet, how the prompt how you like. I've made these all for homeschooling and told it the demographic. And this part of the prompt just works with the pain point that you give it. So I'm gonna, let me give it a pain point. I'm just gonna use the same ones. Oh, I didn't do the Facebook ones, did I? Okay, let's do the Facebook ones. this new GPT is so much faster. Here are some engaging Facebook captions tailored to homeschooling parents, blah blah blah. Focus on the topic of whether their child will keep up with peers in traditional schools. So it's grabbed from, will my child keep up with their peers in traditional schools? So here are the engaging questions. Again, each are individual posts that you could schedule. Homeschooling parents, do you ever wonder if your child is keeping the pace with, and so on? How do you measure your homeschooling child's progress? I mean, we don't need it to say your homeschooling child's progress. We don't need it to keep using the word homeschooling, do you? But why not? I don't think anybody's going to pick it apart like we do with AI. What benchmarks do you use to ensure your homeschooler isn't falling behind? Let's discuss our strategies and support each other. Do standardized tests really reflect our homeschoolers' abilities? What are your thoughts on assessments and evaluation? So you can really go into depth on a topic, especially if you've done your research in your niche and you can see what topics are consistently coming up. Of course, these kind of things do serve as ideas for making content. So if you post these in your Facebook group and they get a lot of engagement, you get more questions, it gives you more data to go back and make a post with. So and you can see what falls flat as well. So some of this isn't going to land, some of it isn't going to do much of anything. People might not even respond, but it gives you wider context on every individual subject. And of course you can take these and do the same thing. You can use them as a pain point and zero in on that with more information. So it just gives you a starting point to go in and dig deeper. So now I'm going to go back over to Twitter. So I'm going to take these same pain points, I'm going to copy those, and you know how it goes, rinse and repeat. So I've made the Twitter prompt now, and it's going to come up with tweets for the same thing. So Twitter, new to homeschooling, it's going to come up with a bunch of different tweets considering homeschooling my child, how to get my child to focus, will my child miss out on social interaction. All of these things is going to start creating tweets on. Oh, so it's giving me tweets and threads. So single tweets, just started homeschooling, remember it's okay to take it one day at a time. Your child's happiness and curiosity are your best guides. And then the hashtags. And for threads, it's given 1 thread, 2 threads, 4, 5 different threads. And it's done the same thing. So tweets, 5 different tweets and 3 different threads, and then some more tweets, single tweets, Twitter threads, and it's partitioned them for you. So this is weeks and weeks and weeks of content in minutes for multiple platforms. And we'll do the same for LinkedIn, but of course you need to go, I'm going to put some basic prompts in here, but play around with it. You've got the model settings here, temperature here, max tokens, all of that stuff to edit. I've not bothered with the sidebar, and your API key just goes in there, keeping it really simple. And and you just play around with it and do your content, because we're stepping away. I won't say everybody is, we're not all stepping away from SEO, but we're seeing the benefits from being on multiple platforms. So having that one brand and building it across multiple platforms. Granted, you're not going to be doing all of these. I'm just showing you what I'm doing. I'm not doing Twitter for my homeschooling site. I'm doing TikTok, I'm doing Facebook, I'm doing YouTube, and I'm repurposing the TikTok content on Instagram. So not necessarily doing these individual posts, but if I grow the Instagram page enough, I'll start doing more questions and engaging things, not just posting into the ether, but rather getting people to discuss with me, and just to see how that goes. But it's not necessarily a bad thing posting into the ether if you're giving good information. So with all of this stuff, because it's social media, you're definitely going to want to, especially with TikTok, these are talking points. This is not you taking this and putting it into an AI video generator. I don't think that's going to do well. This is for you to, again, always have content to be able to talk about. So ideation, which helps you create that consistent content. So yeah, and that's it.